Hello, so this is going to be a helmet compatibility test video with the Avon M50 because a few people asked for it. So what I'm going to do is test three helmets, three fairly modern helmets. I'm going to test the Riot helmet, I'm going to test two military helmets, one being a PASGT style Kevlar helmet, the other being a British MK7 helmet. I'm not going to bother testing loads of old World War II style helmets of this because what's the point, it's a modern gas mask. So, some people theorised that the reason there might be elastic straps on the top of this mask is to actually make the mask have a lower profile for helmets, and that actually makes a lot of sense. So I don't know if that is the case or not, but, you know, let's go with that. That would make sense. The only thing I don't like with these is it doesn't really make sense how exactly they strap back up, but yeah, that would, like, you know, not be like buckles getting in the way. So let's start with the Riot helmet. Now, I'm not expecting this to fit incredibly well because this helmet doesn't fit me very well, even without a helmet on. So let's just see what happens. Now that's not going to fit at all. If my other Riot helmet is handy, I will quickly give that one a test. So I will cut back to my Riot helmet, which is a bit roomier on the inside. Okay, so here's an older generation of Riot helmet which has a much simpler liner. So let's test this one and see if this is any good. Yeah, I think that actually does fit fairly well. Now, I haven't pre-adjusted the straps on this Riot helmet, so I doubt that's going to work at all. But so yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to strap up the Riot helmet with this on, like with most masks, but it seems actually that the M50 fits in pretty well. Let me just turn the camera at a slightly upward angle so you can get a bit more of a helmet in frame. But yeah, I found a problem. You can't put the visor down with those filters in the way. So no, unless you wanted it to come down this far, which I guess would give you some protection, because that is, I'm pretty sure, a polycarbonate outsert on this mask. So you could have it like that, which would give you some protection, but I think overall this mask wouldn't work too well for Riot helmets, simply for the fact that with both the filters on, the visor's not going to go down. Even if you took one of the filters off, the visor is still going to be, you know, you can't get the visor down with the filters on this mask, so unless you had it at this angle, it's not going to work with a Riot helmet. So that's that checked. The Riot helmet, not really going to work with this mask. It might work well enough to give you some head protection, but not really all that well. Okay, now let's do a British MK7 helmet. So this is Britain's modern military helmet until they change it. Will this work with it? So let's see if it will go on. Now, as usual, I don't think I'm going to be able to strap it up with a mask on, but that's pretty standard fare. Just simply because the mask takes up way too much bulk on your chin for a strap to do it properly. But I think, by the look of it, this goes on absolutely fine. You can see my ears are, you know, where they should be. The helmet, you might have a little bit of more exposed head than you'd expect to, but overall it does sit down well enough on your head that the helmet's going to give you majority cover. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I think this is actually fairly good with this helmet. This actually did work with the GSR as well. So it's, you know, not completely awful in that regard, but yeah. Yeah, this certainly isn't bad, but as said, you have got a bit more exposed bit there than you normally would have. But I think there's very few masks where a helmet like this would actually sit totally flush on your head, so there's that. But yeah, it does seem that having these kind of straps that will just sit flush to your head, like that, the Velcro straps, there does seem to be a purpose behind that. And oh look, I've gone and taken it out of its thing now. But there we go. Right. Now a helmet I'd actually use if I needed to use a helmet. This is a It's called the Commando Helmet. It's basically a PASGT helmet, like a more slimline PASGT helmet. But it's what the British Armed Police use. So it's made in the UK, but it is a Kevlar level 3A helmet. And yeah, that sits down pretty much exactly perfectly. It's like the other helmet, it won't go all the way down because the visor of the mask is going to block it going down any further. But it still would give you pretty good head coverage, it seems. So yeah, in conclusion, the M50 seems to work fine with modern military style helmets. Again, like with all masks, you're not going to get the chin strap done up. It's pretty much impossible if you've got a mask on your face for obvious reasons. The only masks that work 100% with all helmets, it seems, are ones like the GP5 helmet masks. Because they generally always have the filter at the bottom, which means the filter is well out of the way of interfering with a helmet. And those masks also tend to sit very tight to your head without straps. So they're not adding much bulk to your head at all. It's not like this where you've got a massive bit sticking out the front, or the filters at the side that would interfere with a visor. So, yeah, overall, the M50 seems to work with modern helmets quite well. Not really Riot helmets because the visor would only come down as far as the filters, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. But all in all, yeah, it doesn't really have helmet compatibility problems as far as respirators go. It's actually quite good. So there you go. You could even have your scrim forward if you wanted to with this, to hide the fact you're wearing a mask a little bit, I suppose, but there you are. The Avon M50 works okay, I guess, with most helmets.